They said, the afternoon of the fourth day, they said, Mr. Tracy, could we talk to you? I said, yes. They said, you know, you said if we came to this program, we could double our income and double our time off. Well, we want you to know that before we came to this program, we both graduated from high school. We have no college. We started a business in our home. We eventually expanded to an office. We made $350,000 the year before we came to this program. It's taken us, they're 45, 48, it's taken us our whole lives. We're the most successful people in our entire family circle. We've gone beyond any of our parents, any of our brothers or sisters or anyone else. And then you said that we could double our income and double our time off. We didn't believe it. We were very, very skeptical. Well, now this is the end of the year, and we have to tell you, we've applied all of your lessons, and we didn't double our time, we didn't double our income. And then they stopped and they said, but we did triple it, and we made more than $1 million last year using these ideas. We've been in our business all our lives, and by applying these principles, we're now taking a week off every month with our family, and we've made more than $1 million last year for the first time. Now, I'm not trying to influence you in any way. Now, since you probably want to know what I mean by free, don't you? Say yes. Yes. Okay, well, these are all free in this sense, is that as professionals, you would never think of buying something for personal development that actually costs you money. So what we do is we give you a 100% return on investment guarantee. That means you can take the programs, look at them, listen to them, try them out, and if for any reason at all they don't more than pay for themselves and turn out to be free in your estimate, you can give them back and there's no charge. And this is an unconditional guarantee. You don't have to go to a notary public or fill out a form or get a note from your mother. You just have to say, it didn't help me or wasn't what I expected. And this guarantee is for 1 year. So you can take the programs, you can try them out for an entire year. If you're not delighted, you can send them back. Is that a good deal? Say yes. I know some of you out there are saying, yeah, I wonder how many he gets back. Well, I'm happy to say that we get very few back. Of course, we move a lot. Just kidding. Just kidding. Jeez. Jeez. Where did you get these people, Chris? Oh, all right. Now, there is a small charge. These sell for up to $120, $150, even $180 a piece. Are we going to charge you that kind of money? Say no. And they sell for $90 a piece. Are we going to charge you that kind of money? Say no. In fact, I was just speaking to a lovely woman named Barbara who sold one of these programs on eBay for $92 and made a heck of a profit. These programs, any one program is only $75. Any 2 or 3 programs is only $70 each. Any 4 or 5 programs only $65, and any 6 programs only $348. Now, at this price, we just break even, so it's hardly worth doing it. But we'll try to make it up on the volume. So if you like the sound of these, what I'm going to ask you to do is fill out this form. You have a form on your chair. Fill out this form and take it back to the booth where they have the sales products and turn it in, and we will mail you these programs next week. Is that a good deal? Say yes. Okay, and they're unconditionally guaranteed. They're just wonderful programs. Darn. Okay, now let me wrap up with the final orientation, and that orientation is action orientation. In action orientation, which is where we started, which is where each of us starts, the most important thing is that you take action. Is that you decide exactly what you need to do, and you get up each morning, you take action. You develop a sense of urgency. Develop a sense of urgency. In other words, if you think it's a good idea, move fast. You find that successful people move quickly. Is there any guarantee it will work? No. But there's one guarantee, is that Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss every shot you don't take. So therefore, take every shot that you possibly can. And success in life is not based on luck or genetics or anything else. Success in life is based on what is called the law of probabilities. The law of probabilities says that there is a probability that everything can happen. It also says you can increase the probabilities by increasing the number of events. Are you with me so far? And so therefore, successful people are those who simply try more things. Is they try more things and they persist longer. And because they try more things and they persist longer and they move fast, they dramatically increase the probabilities that they will be the right person at the right time who does the right thing to achieve the right goal. Develop a bias for action. That means whenever you think of something or hear a good idea, the first question you should ask is, what action can I take immediately to implement this? How can I try it out? How can I launch it? Now here's the wonderful thing about action orientation, is the more action you take, the more ground you cover. The more ground you cover, the more people you see. The more people you see, the more experience you get. The more experience you get, the more people you recruit as customers and consultants. And when you recruit people as customers and consultants, you get a psychological surge of energy by endorphins, which cause you to feel happy, which loops you into covering more ground, seeing more people, making more presentations, and making more sales. And finally, you get onto this upward spiral of life. This is the secret, and this is the main reason that people have succeeded throughout all of history. Now, let me wrap up with a quick story, and it's a story that you may have heard, but it's a story about this couple, this husband and wife, had two little children, John and Jim. And John is a real optimist. He's real happy and positive. He's a person who will join Ambit. I mean, he believes in opportunity, believes in the future. He's always cheerful. He laughs. He's popular in the neighborhood. He tells jokes with his family. He's just a wonderful little boy. But he's got a little twin brother named Jim. They're about 10, 11 years old. And Jim is a complete pessimist. He's negative. He's down. He looks like he's been sucking a pickle all day. He complains. He hurts himself. Nobody likes him. He's the last person chosen. They have to hang a pork chop around his neck to get the dog to play with him. All right? Well, the parents have noticed this difference between their two kids, these twin boys, and finally they bite the bullet at the age of maybe 10 years old. They take them to a child psychologist. The child psychologist does a complete examination, comes back and says, yes, you do have a problem here. Little Johnny is so off the wall, he's completely unafraid. He's obviously going to join Ambit and go right to the top when he grows up. But little Jimmy is so negative and so pessimistic, he said, it's just not normal to have this kind of an imbalance. We need to do something to bring Johnny down just a little bit so he's doesn't do anything that will hurt him, and we need to bring Jimmy up so he's a little bit better balanced. So Christmas was coming just a few days later, and Christmas morning they woke up and all the presents around the tree were for little Jimmy the pessimist. And they thought this would really jolt him, right? And he opened the present, but he didn't like the color, and he didn't like the model number, and he didn't like the toy, and he had a complaint about everything. And finally, he's sitting there surrounded by wrapping paper and toys, and he burst out in tears and said, this is the worst Christmas I ever had in my whole life. And the family is beside themselves. Anyway, here's Johnny saying, is there anything for me? And they said, oh yes, we've got one thing for you. It's out in the garage. They took him out to the garage. They opened the garage, and there is an 8-foot-high pile of horse manure. They had a farmer bring in a whole cart of horse manure the night before, and they said, what's that? He said, that's horse manure. Wow, he said, I've never seen so much horse manure before. They thought this would give him a jolt as well. And he walks around the place and what do you think? Well, that's a lot of horse manure. Wow, so they stand there for a while, and finally the parents say, well, we're going back in the house for breakfast. After you've had a chance to think about it, you come in. So they go back in and they have breakfast, and then they don't see Johnny. But half an hour later they said, geez, I hope we didn't really hurt him with that pile of horse manure. Saying, rushing back out to the garage, and there's Johnny. He's jumping up and down this pile of horse manure. He's burrowing in the horse manure. He's throwing it in the air. He's laughing, singing. He's having a wonderful time. And parents say, Johnny, what are you doing? He said, with all this horse manure, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. Well, in your business building, as you move toward financial success, you're going to receive a lot of rejection, temporary failure, defeat, and a lot of horse dung. But just remember, there's got to be a pony in there somewhere, right? Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.